Now thy manger's halo bright hallows night with newborn light. Let no night this light subdue. Let our faith shine ever new. This is the final verse of this hymn, but it demonstrates the power of Christ more so than the others have done. And we see this in talking about the newborn light. This is one of the many ways we do reflect and think about Jesus Christ, the light of Christ in the world. Saying, this little light of mine, and knowing that we don't hide it under a bushel. But really, can the light of Christ be hidden? That's one of the interesting things we are reminded of in this verse. That the light of Christ can't be subdued. Sure, it's not a literal light, it's more a figurative light. But it's a light that truly does cut through the night. It's a statement of the power of God, saying that nothing can overpower Christ in this world. One example that comes to mind with this is in the case of the Soviet Union. After the death of Joseph Stalin, he was briefly succeeded as General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union by Grigory Malenkov. What's interesting is later in life, after his fall from power and fall from place in the party, he went on to hold the office of reader in the Russian Orthodox Church. It's one of the steps, basically just below ordained ministry within the church. Here's someone who held a position of power in an officially atheist state that persecuted the church, yet Christ was still able to get to him. When we look at the season of Advent, it's not always the brightest season. It's often kind of dark. And we're often having a hard time dealing with Advent because of the rush to get to Christmas. However, we need to not only prepare for the coming of Christ, but also remember that Christ is coming regardless of what happens in this world. For nothing we can do can subdue Christ's light in this world or in our lives.